Hello math learners, so welcome to our mathematics channel, MATH-JASTIN's Mathematics Lessons and Techniques. So before we start our lesson 10 in pre-calculus, so I greet every one of you a happy new year. And I hope in year 2022, stay safe, stay healthy, ayan. So konti na lang matatapos tayo ng pandemic na to. So cheer up lang tayo, magpakatatag lang. So now that our lesson for today is all about the graphs of trigonometric functions. So, actually, this is now my first vlog in year 2022. And it's a lesson 10 ng ating pre-calculus. And that is all about the graphs of trigonometric functions. So, last video ko, ay diniscuss ko yung about sa circular function. And may kinalaman din si trigonometric. Ngayon, ito naman yung graph nito ngayon. So now, let us begin. So we have our lesson's objectives. So number 1, so we are going to determine the dominant range of the different circular functions. Second objective, so graph the 6 circular functions with its amplitude, period, and phase shift. Ano po kaya yung tatlo na yun? So objective 3, solve situational problems involving circular functions. Circular functions. So we have the definitions of terms involving the graphs of a trigonometric function. So period of a function, ano po ba yun? So any function, nakalimutan. Any function of variable x, f of x, which repeats its value, its indefinite cycles is termed periodic. The periodic of a function is a measure of the interval of repetition of motion, that is the value of x needed to complete one full wave. A graph over an interval of one period is called a full or cycle of a graph. So ngayon sa period, kung mapapansin nyo rito, kung halimbawa sa mismong graph, ang period niya, halimbawa kung ang mula value ni x ay mula 0 hanggang 2 radian. O sige, tingnan natin dito. Halimbawa, nagmula siya sa 3 radian. Pi over 3 rather. Pi over 3 at nagtapos siya sa pi. Yung excess niya. So, hanggang dito lang yung nyo ng graph. This is the period. Okay, sorry. Imagine nyo na lang straight yan. Ganun po ang period. Okay. Mas maintindihan nyo pa kapag nagbigay na ako ng given. Now, when we say amplitude, so by the way, so I'm not mistaken, I think that you're already familiar in this graph. Kasi kung napag-aralan nyo yan sigurado sa physics nyo nung kayo'y junior high school pa. I'm not mistaken, baka grade 7 ata kayo or grade 8 or 9. O ulit lang naman siguro yung ganun. Now, proceed tayo sa amplitude. So, when we say amplitude, the amplitude of a periodic function is one-half the difference of the maximum and minimum values of the function. It indicates the height of the graph above or below the x-axis. Okay, amplitude, the measure above, from either above or below the x-axis. It indicates the measures. Next, when we say displacement, the displacement of the function is defined as the value of x that shifts the graph from its standard position. It's either to the left or to the right. The horizontal displacement is otherwise known as the phase shift. Sorry, na-doble. As the phase shift. So ngayon, kung mapapansin, ito nga. Displacement. So I'm not missing. You are seeing the two graphs. So phase shift, yung nagmula dito, naging dito. So halimbawa sa function 1, sine of x. Ito naman cosine of x or cos of x. Ganun po yun. Yung mag-aan siya. Napansin nyo, nagsimula dito sa baba, pataas. Ito naman magsimula sa baba, pataas. Ganun lang yun. Now, when we say translation T of f of x is defined as the distance the graph is shifted up or down from the standard position, the otherwise known as the vertical translation. Ito ang makikita. Yung kanyang curve, yung kanyang from shift up. Kung makita niyo ito yung value. Ito, from up, it's either up or down. Okay? So now, ano pong connection nito sa lesson natin? Graph, kung nakita niyo naman na ganun ang magiging graph natin, yung para siyang sound waves. Ngayon, kasi karaniwan, kung mapapansin niyo naman, naka-convert siya as radian. And now, you are going, kasi halimbawa, we have the sign of x over, di ba bago nyo nire-replace? Sige, papaliwanag natin. Ngayon, this is our graphs of the basic curve. So, we have sine of x, cos, and okay. So, it has tangent rate. Ayan. Ngayon, syempre kasama, automatic din dyan. Pati yung reciprocal, i-graph din natin. Now, as you can see this, so let x is equal to 0. So, read pi over 4, pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, pi, ayan. Ngayon, ang ano po dyan, paano nyo yung maano yun sa calculator? Hindi naman pwede yung radian ang iaano nyo sa calculator nyo. So, you are going to convert all of them into degree. Hindi ba? Ayan ang makikita nyo. Pero, it seems like, dapat meron din kayo technique. So, it seems like that is multifold by 45. So, 45, 90, 135, 80, or ganon. Ngayon, ito yung graph natin ngayon. Kasi, ngayon, para hindi kayo mahirapan sa pag-graph. So, as you can see, those of them. So, sa sign, so 0, dito yung 0, the origin, nagsimula sa origin. Sige, ano natin property. So, number 1, it is periodic with the period of ito, dito nagtapos. This is the period or the limit. O, makikita nyo rin naman dito. So, dito nagsimula at dito natapos. Since, diba, sa graph naman natin, graph is infinite. It's either sa quadratic function, kahit sabihin natin ganun lang yun. Magmula dito yun hanggang walang katapusan. Lagpas na pa sa screen nyo. Ganun lang. Pero meron din tayong period. May period din yun. Lahat yun may period. Okay? So now, from x is equal to 0 to, to x is equal to pi over 2, the curves rises. Tama, di ba? Pataas. Which is positive siya eh. From x is equal to pi over 2 to pi, the curves fall. The curves fall. Kasi, from 1 to 0, ang y niya is 0, di ba? Ayun, sabi na. From x is equal to pi to x is equal to 3 pi over 2. Okay, 3 pi over 2 falling down. Kasi from 0 to negative 1. Ito, negative 1 nyo. Next, from 3 pi over 2 to x is equal to 2 pi, the curve rises from negative 1 to 0. So, this is your period or the limit. So, kaya po makita nyo, it has yellow, it indicates, kasi ano yan, di ba, since nga ang graph natin is infinite, so, walang katapusan yan. So, because, and that's why we indicate the amplitude and the period. So, amplitude is either necessary or not. This is also the, amplitude. As long as it defines the height of the curve from, it's either above or below the x-axis. Okay? So, next, sa property 3 natin, the domain is the set of real numbers, that is the variable x can take any real value and the graph can be extended. So, sabi na nga natin, ito, pwede natin siya ma-extend. Halimbawa dito, pwede niyo siya i-extend papunta rito. At ganun din naman, pwede niyo siyang i-extend papunta roon. Kahit lagpas pa sa screen ninyo. Pwede yon. Now, asan tayo? The domain of the real number, ito, can be extended indefinitely to the right and to the left of one complete cycle. O, sabi na nga. Kasasabi ko lang nun. Now, next. 4. Range of the function is the set of all real numbers from -1 to 1 inclusive, that is, -1 is less than or equal to sine of x is less than or equal to 1. Thus, the function has a maximum value of 1 and a minimum value of -1. So, maximum value, pinakamataas is natin nakuha is 1 and the lowest is -1 in whole number. Kasi kung halimbawa papansinin niyo pa itong mga ganira, may hirapan talaga kayo. Diba? Sine and cosecant brother. So, ngayon, ano pong reciprocal niya? So, by the way, teka lang. So, hirap pa lang iyan ng ipentab. So, ngayon, ganito. Paano po, ano tong graph na to? So, sabi nga natin, sabi nga natin, kahit yung reciprocal, hanapin niya. So, madali na mag-ano reciprocal pag nahanap nyo na yung graph. Una dyan, hanapin nyo yung per period, yung period ng bawat curves. Halimbawa, dito. Sige. Halimbawa, from dito. Ito kung mapansin nyo, mula dito hanggang dito. Tama ba? Ayan. Okay, pansinin nyo. Yung may kaparehas sa 0. At ito lang na may kaparehas na 0. Yung the same value to find the reciprocal graph of dt. Since this is sine, so kapag ganin natin, this is your second graph or the second x. The sec of x. Ayan. This is your reciprocal. Kahit dito, try nyo. Kahit sa unlimited graph nyo, ganyan ang gawin nyo. Ayan. So, hindi man ganun kagandahan yung graph ko. Basta, yan. Ito lang din yun. So, next. Proceed tayo sa cosine. So, your cosine is from x is equal to 0 hanggang 2 pi ulit. So, ito yun na yung graph nyo. Kung kanina, nagsimula sa baba at nagtapos sa taas. Kanina nagsimula dito sa origin at natapos na. Ngayon, iba naman. So, if you find the cosine of 0, okay, by the way, so, the cosine of our 0 is 1. So, ito ay nakabase sa calculation, sa calculation ko sa aking calculator. So, ngayon, sabi nga natin dito, pi over 4 is 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, we have 315, and we have 360. Okay? Ayan lang yun. So, pag-aling calculator. Before you replace the x by those values, so, convert mo muna siya as degrees. Kasi di niyo siya mako-convert kapag naka-rigid siya. Kasi iba lang ang lalabas. Okay, paano po ba nagko-convert? So, type sila siya sa 180 over 5. So, teka, ba't ayaw? So, ito yung graph nyo. So, your x is 0 and your y is 1. So, tingnan natin property. So, it is periodic and with the period of, ito yung period nyo, yung limit nyo tandaan, ito yung limit nyo. And dito kayo nagsimula. So, kung ano, yung necessary, kung ano lang yung nasa table, yun ang inyong, ang measure ng inyong period, magmula dito hanggang dito. No? Now, Next, dito tayo. So, from 0 to x is equal to pi over 2, the curve fall from 1 to 0. Okay, nagsimula. Tandaan na. So, next, from 2 to pi, the curve continue to fall. Continue to fall. Kasi, ganun din. From 0 to negative 1. Kasi pababa. Bumaba ulit. So, 1, 0, negative 1. So, baba lang yan. Mula baba. And from pi to 3 pi over 2, the curve rises from negative 1 to 0. So, since 0 is greater than negative 1. So, hindi lang napantay dito. Next, from 3 pi over 2 to x is equal to 2 pi, the curve continue to rise. O, continue lang. Di ba pa may repetition? Down, down, up, up. Yun yung nangyari sa inyong cosine, ano? So, the domain is the set of real numbers while the range is the set of numbers from negative 1 to 1. Paano din nyo pansin? O, halimbawa, mag-ano tayo sa negative 5 and that is negative 1. Or pi over 2. Okay. So, ito na yun. So, paano naman po sa reciprocal? So, sabi natin yung period nito. Ito. Okay, since itong graph na to, putol yung kanyang... Sige, teka lang. Alisin natin. So, halimbawa, ito yung ano nyo, di ba? Ito yung kabuuan yung period nyo. So, hanapin nyo yung may magkakapareha. So, ito, tandaan ito. Ano kaparehas niya may 0? So, we have pi over 2. Tama lang ako, di ba? Yun, yung reciprocal, so, ito lang yon. Ayan. At ito naman, paano pag ganito, di naman po buo? Eh, di ganito lang. Saka, ito lang din. Oh. Parang pamilya na kayo, this is called asymptote. Ito, nakabukay ng asymptote dito. So, syempre, automatic na rin naman eh. Kapag ino nyo yan, ganyan yan. Since, ang pansin lang natin kung ano yung nasa, yung period natin, na naka-include siya sa period dito sa graph na to. Next. Cosine and secant. So, this is your graph. Ito na nga ang sinasabi. So, merong ito, sinasabi sa'yo, since naka-cut. So, ganyan yan. Kapag napansin hindi kompleto, at part siya ng period, so, ganyan lang. Kung mapapansin nyo, makikita kapag binabasa nyo naman to, at nakuha nyo sa Google Classroom. Kung ano yung blue graph, yun yung reciprocal. Kung ano yung mismong ito yung naka-green. Excuse me. So, tangent naman tayo. So, ngayon, di rin siya masyado uubra sa 10, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. So, hindi siya ubra doon. Kaya ito ang ginamit natin. So, ngayon, ang anin nyo dyan yung begin na 0. No? Yung origin. And, this, ito to. Yan. Ganyan lang, no? By the way, kung makikita nyo, bakit puputol yung graph? So, since nahinto siya dito, bakit po? Since di ba ang ano naman natin, kapag naghahanap tayo ng exact value ng 90 to 180, itong 360, doon natin binabasa yung graph. So, dito, paano po naputol dito? Hindi ba dapat ganun din? Kung iaano nyo sa calculator nyo, kung hahanapin nyo ang value, if x is equal to 180, and that will be undefined. Magiging undefined ang inyong graph. Magiging undefined yan. Okay? So, sa totoo lang, kung mapapansin, ito yung lalabas. So, mas pinapansin natin from 0, 90, 180, saka 360. 270 and 360. Nakalimutan ko ito. Now, these are the steps in graphing one period. Y is equal to A, tangent of BX, or Y is equal to A cotangent of BX, where B is equal to B. is greater than to 0. So number 1, find the periods, the pi over b. Start at 0 on the on the x-axis and lay off 2 intervals, each with length half the period. One interval goes to the left and the other goes to the right of 0. Draw the asymptotes as vertical dotted line, yellow line as you can see. Ito, makita nyo yellow line siya. Kumbaga yan talaga yung dotted line. Kaso walang dotted line sa pinagawan ko. Kaya yellow line as you can see to the chart on the right side. At the endpoints of the interval of step 2 for tangent and along the y-axis for cotangent. For tangent, locate a point at ito. Kasi dito kinagsimula. 0, 0. For cotangent, locate the points of y-axis each end of the interval of step 2. So, ano po yung step 2? One interval goes to the left and one interval to the left and to the right. No? So, locate off the 0. Okay, ayan mapapansin nyo. Left and right. So, for cotangent, locate a point at sketch the graph finding additional points as needed. Okay. So, di ko na siya nilagyan ng points kasi alam niyo na rin siguro dito. So, technique na lang natin yung from 0, 90, 180 to 70, and 360. Yun na lang. Even, kapag nag-undefined, hanggang dito lang yan. Kasi di yan pwede mag-continue from undefined to defined to definite at functions, di ba? Okay, nawala. Now, tangent and cotangent. So, ngayon, kung nakita nyo kanina na ito yon. Ngayon, madali na lang. Cotangent, ito lang din yung ito. Yan. Yung naka-blue. Kabaliktaran lang. Mirror version of the graph of tangent. Okay, this is your math activity. So, bahala kayo kung gusto nyo sagutan just for self-test or not. So, ayan. Graph provided, and this. Ayan. So, okay. Well done. So, this is my website na pwede nyo ma-browse yung aking Google Classroom sa Calculus. Yung lesson ko sa PRECAL, sa magiging lesson ko sa PRECAL, Basic Cal, differential calculus and integral calculus ay part siya ng calculus. Kaya, kung wala kayo makitang pre-calculus, nasa palandaan, nasa part siya ng calculus. Okay, that's all.